Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Netty. I'm from group 6. In group 6 there are two pre-speaker, and the first speaker is Netty and the second speaker is Monica Rizalo. In this video, I would like to show you the vocabulary and ESP. So, I hope you enjoy to follow this video. Okay, now I would like to explain to you about the vocabulary and ESP. ESP vocabulary can be referred to the literature by very different names from one study to another. This term includes special purpose, specialist, technical, subtechnical, and semi-technical. So, in a sense, such a term usually refers to the vocabulary of a particular area of study or professional use. And the next slide, the importance of vocabulary. Vocabulary in ESP is important for several reasons. First of all, teachers and learners need to know that precious classroom time is directly related to their language needs. And they should be reading material that contain key ideas and language of their field and writing using those ideas and language. Or in Woodward Crown 2008 carried out a longitudinal study of undergraduate students' academic writing in education and found the student knowledge of a discipline is closely tied to the specialized language of that discipline. And the second reason the vocabulary is important because understanding and using this special purpose vocabulary show that these learners belong to a particular group. And the next slide is about conceptualizing vocabulary and ESP. Basturman 2006 specialization should be begun for language learning. Early specialization is easier to conceptualize and operationalize in learning contexts where all students are moving through the same educational system at the same age with a shared first language and language goals. So for the next slide, we would
Thank you for first speaker. So this is me, Monica Rizalo. As a second speaker, we'll continue the discussion today. The next slide is discuss about identifying vocabulary in ESP. According to Reed 2007, methods for identifying vocabulary for specific purpose have varied greatly and have lacked systematically. And also Nation 2008 point out that very few statistical studies have been carried out in technical vocabulary. So in the next slide, we have there are some ways to identify vocabulary for ESP. First of all, consulting expert and technical dictionaries to identify specialized vocabulary. Second, using a scale to identify specialized vocabulary. Or in bahasa, we can say menggunakan skala untuk mengidentifikasi kosakata khusus. When we use scale, it could be 1 to 10 or maybe 1 to 5 to identify some specialized vocabulary. So in the third, corpus-based study to identify specialized vocabulary. Studi berbasis korpus untuk mengidentifikasi kosakata khusus. So we use corpus-based study to identify maybe some part of ESP that we need to identify. So in the 4, a common core approach, pendekatan inti yang umum, and the 5, specialized medical vocabulary, kosakata medis khusus. It could be used when like a doctor, nurse. And the last one is early specialization or spesialisasi awal, or it could be learned when we first time use other language. So we come to the conclusion from this material. So the conclusion is vocabulary in ESP is from several perspectives. We use some perspective in ESP. So a great deal of research effort has gone into considering the nature of specialized vocabulary. And vocabulary in ESP is important because teacher and learner needs to know that precious classroom time is directly related to their language needs. They should be reading material that contains key idea and the language of their field and writing using those idea and language. Kosakata di ESP dari beberapa perspektif yang perlu banyak sekali upaya penelitian dilakukan untuk mempertimbangkan sifat kosakata khusus, dan kosakata dalam ESP sangat penting karena guru dan pelajar atau murid perlu mengetahui bahwa waktu kelas yang berharga berhubungan dengan kebutuhan bahasa mereka. Mereka harus membaca bahan bacaan yang berisi ide-ide kunci dan bahasa bidang mereka dan tulisan menggunakan ide-ide dan bahasa tersebut. So that's all my presentation from 6th group. Thank you very much for watching. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.